Thomas! It's up for grabs now!
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira!
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it!
Fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry.
Champions.
Good afternoon, good Saturday, good weekend, good everything. Wasn't expecting this one today, but he's back. So now he's back. He needs the attention. I'm only joking, bro. So welcome to the Arsenal Lounge on a weekend. Welcome back to my co-host, the main man, Shaheen. Looking well, he's looking fit. The
Thank you.
Background. Shamak's are still there. We're looking good, bro. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Funny enough, I still test positive. But yeah,
Stick to the COVID, man. Well, let's talk about that, isn't it?
Yeah, and I may cough during the show, so I apologize in advance.
Should I be wearing my mask? Should I be wearing my mask?
Nah, you're right. Don't worry.
Sure?
And
sure?
yeah, but I've been thinking that why have I taken these 3 jabs and I'm still struggling this badly. But yeah, it's been about since last week Thursday that's I've tested positive. So yeah, it is what it is. How you been?
You tested positive last week Thursday.
Yeah.
And you're still testing positive.
Yeah, I did one today, and it was positive.
You're just radiating COVID at the moment. Just everywhere you go, just oozing it. You're sweating it.
Yes.
Here we go.
So, what's been
anyway, man, it's been good. It's been good. I've been obviously holding the fort whilst you've been gone. We done a show with Mo and Tom.
Yeah, I saw that. By the way, I saw everybody in the chats and the comments that they left some comments from me, get well wishes and everything. I've read them and thank you. I'm very grateful, despite your best efforts to get me as a villain of some sort. But yeah, people can see through the thing. Yeah, thank you for the message.
What are you talking about? What were they seeing through? I don't understand.
Yeah.
We were nothing but nice about you. And we were worried about you. And we were just checking up. We were just being friends, man. That's all it was. But the guys send their regards to you, and I'm sure they're looking forward to seeing you on Monday. We also did a show. You was off on the Friday as well. Before that,
with
Lee,
show
with Lee and Dan. That was a good show as well. You know,
I saw that.
I saw
the judges.
Guys wanted to come.
As soon as you told me Shaheen is away, I said let's do a show together. I was like, wait until I get better. I'm gonna.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'll message him.
Give him COVID. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I'll do that.
But anyway, we're
back. Has happened since we've done a show together.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously you've been watching from, you know, you've been sick from your sad hospital bed, and then you're home on your own, feeling sorry for yourself. How have you been seeing things, viewing things whilst you've been off? What's been standing out for you? Anything in particular?
But not really. I was very unwell for the past 10 days or so I haven't really been seeing anything. I just watched a couple of our shows. There was a couple of other interesting things that I saw, but the biggest thing since I was not away is Chris Rock getting slapped off on the stage.
Boy, do you know what? What's your take on that? I
don't know, man. I'm a bit surprised. Will Smith normally he's a very calm and calculated guy, and what, you getting upset about somebody making a comment about your wife? But it's all right. If you were gonna go and slap somebody in the face, I would suggest you go and slap the person who's actually slept with your wife.
You're talking about August Alsina. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about August Alsina. But the people are saying that he already knew about that, so it was all right.
Listen, this woman has been disrespecting Will Smith for years now, man. Coming out, telling everybody, I slept with so-and-so, man, and this and that. And it's all good, and he's still going. So I don't know, man. It was a bit too much.
Do you think that had a play in it? Do you think that the fact that his ego's been hurt over the years, and he was laughing until she started rolling her eyes, weren't he? He actually laughed at the joke.
Yeah,
when she rolled her eyes, my man done that classic thing you see with, when you got a mate that is with a girl, and she is, you've all got that one mate, where you know that she wears the trousers in the relationship, and everything she says happens, and everything she gives him that look, he shits himself. It was like
Will
that.
Smith was wearing the trousers, the minute that girl is coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, I've been sleeping with next man and this and that, you'll be off.
Yeah. And you know what?
That's the logic thing. And then you don't do that. You stick around, and then you make it work, and then you have a go at somebody who at the stage who mentions a comment. And you got to understand that guy is a comedian. This happens every year on the stage about everybody.
Wait, did you see what Ricky Gervais done at the global? Was it the global awards?
And you know what? I'm a bit surprised because if I was Chris Rock, I would put a lawsuit against him.
Yeah, but he's not you, is he, Shaheen? You're totally businessman.
Because that video is going to stay forever now, and he's going to probably claim damages.
And it was his big moment on the Oscars presenting.
Yeah,
and do you know what else?
Resigned now from the Film Academy, so.
This is what else as well. Like, I don't think it's talked about enough. And I've mentioned this. I don't know what we were talking about this. We were talking about Arsenal. We will be talking about Arsenal, guys. So sit fire, hold tight. Yeah.
Why not sentiment?
Jada wears the trousers, the boxers, and the condom. All right. It's a nice one. Why not? See, I had a long think about this. And how did Will Smith make his name?
Fresh Prince.
Right. And what was he doing in that show? Uncle Phil was taking the living piss out of for being fat, non-stop. My door's buzzing. Someone get it? Uncle Phil for being fat, Colton for being short. Yeah? How many times did he have a go at them? So, end of the day...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but then that's the same thing that people say about Only Fools and Horses, that it's racism and his racist program and this and that. It was okay at the time. It was funny. Still is, but it was just a bit... this is a comedy moment, guys.
Speaking of, is someone gonna hold on? Is someone getting this door? Get the door. I'm on a podcast. Sorry about that, Shaheen.
Is that Prince?
This is what happens with family life. Yeah, right. This is what happens. You tell people we're on a podcast. Sorry, bro. You were saying.
No. I'm just saying. It would have been okay at the time, I think, but. It was just a too much moment for Will Smith to walk on the stage and just slap Chris Rock.
Yeah. And where does it stop?
And I'm surprised that he didn't get arrested, that they didn't do anything about it. If anything, I see in a break, I saw clips that Denzel Washington and Bradley Cooper like comforting Will Smith and all that as if, but what about Chris Rock here?
Yeah.
And you know what? You got to give him credit because if he walked off that stage at that time, or he hit Will Smith back, it would have been a completely different topic right now, and it would have been a completely different Oscars.
They clapped him. They gave him an award. It's a joke. The whole thing's a joke. Like if I walked onto the street with somebody said something about, I don't know, can you imagine someone said something about my hair? Yeah, like look, right? See, I ain't got alopecia, but I got no hair. Do you know me and Lee? We always at each other taking the piss. You lot always say it, right? And we'll have a bit of a banter. If someone says something to me on the street and I slap them, I'm getting banged up.
Yeah.
I'm getting banged up, right? Not only
am I getting banged up. Apparently, the police asked Chris Rock if he wants to file charges, and he said no.
Man. All right, and then the rest of the crowd, they stood there clapping, and then they gave him an award. Yeah. And then my man went out partying after. So the whole thing is mad. Like, I don't even know how we're talking about this, but this is crazy. But yeah, man, that was a mad one. But with regards to Arsenal at the moment, obviously we're at internationals and all that. You've been keeping up with any of it? You've been watching any of the games? You've been watching any of the gossip that's been going on?
No. The only thing I watched our shows, obviously.
Our shows only, yeah.
Yeah. I watched our shows. Obviously, it was good. I watched the only other thing I watched something on AFTV. They did an interview with Mesut Ozil's agent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I watched it, but it didn't. But I didn't. I thought there would be a lot more like
probing questions.
No, a lot more like juicy inside info on that. Where it wasn't. There was some bits and pieces, but it was more or less everything that we all knew anyway. So it wasn't. I thought it would be more than that.
Well, what about the fact that he's
on? I thought Turkish will ask a lot more questions.
He's been kicked out, hasn't he?
Huh?
He's been kicked out of the squad for Fenerbahce now.
Yeah. But so I watched that, and then I watched just a couple of international, and then obviously the World Cup draw.
Mm-hmm.
That happened as well, which it was yesterday. Apart from that, nothing. I'm just really happy that football is back on.
Yeah, hear you.
Football on TV.
It's Man United Leicester in a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 5:30.
Yeah, I'll be cheering Leicester on that. Let's have a look who's here very quickly. True Gunners here. How you doing, bro? Nick Paris. Yes, brother. How you doing, man?
Why not sentiment as well?
Why not, Alan? True Gunners saying, "Oh, wait, talking about this shit, man. There is more shocking things going on in the world." Yeah, well, we don't want to talk about the shocking things, man. Right now, it's like we're trying to keep it light. Catching up with my boy Shaheen. You know, he's just come back from the COVID. We don't want to talk about negative stuff. I mean, it is a bit negative, but it's quite funny as well. True Gunner, though, thank you, man. And he says, don't watch AFTV anymore. Stay tuned with the lounge instead. Yes, bro. Thank you. So, look, let's go into this because you saw the show on Monday with Tom and myself and Mo. You saw some of the things that were discussed in there. Now, there was a whole load of different things that were mentioned in there and some transfer targets and all that sort of stuff. But looking at the news today and looking at the sort of things that are, you know, Arsenal relative at the moment, one of the things that stands out for me is the Saliba situation, which has come out in the news. This is fresh stuff. We'll go over the fresh stuff, today's stuff, and then we can go over some of the other stuff. Now, obviously, everyone's wondering what's going on with Saliba. You know, some are saying we should sell him. This is a weird one for me.
Yeah, I'm with Tom on this one, actually, Lev. I think he will be sold.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Listen, there will be at least, I think, there will be at least two, it may be more, high-profile departures from the Arsenal this summer. One of them almost certainly will be Pepe.
Okay, right? I could live with that.
Yeah, one of them, because it's obvious that
because we're going to upgrade, we're going to go for two up top, right? Aren't we? Yeah.
Well, whatever. It's obvious he doesn't fancy him, right? But I think one of our youngsters that has got value in it will be sold.
Why Saliba? Why do you think it's Saliba? I would think that would be the most absurd thing to do.
I think it's between Saka, Martinelli, and Saliba.
What?
No, these are the youngsters that have value in it, right? Who else has got value in it? Like Tierney as well, potentially.
But why if we're building for the future, why would you sell your best players?
No, hold on. Hear me out, right?
Hear me out.
Out of those, I don't think Saka and Martinelli are an option. Okay? I mean, look, if a club comes in with, I don't know, 80, 90 million pounds, right, for Martinelli or Saka, I'm sure Arsenal will listen to it. Okay?
How much?
80, 90.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure Arsenal will entertain it. And what I mean by entertaining is it doesn't mean they're going to accept it. They'll probably negotiate that we want more or something. But apart from those two, then it leaves Saliba and Tierney. So Real Madrid already apparently interested in Kieran Tierney.
That's not going to happen.
You never know, man. You never know. If somebody comes in...
Where's the logic behind that?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're a club that they might think, you know what, we'll sell Kieran Tierney for like 60 million, right? And then, you know, we can find another good left back that will do Kieran Tierney's job.
It's not as simple as that, because this is.
They may do. I have a feeling there will be two high-profile departures.
We had this convo. We had this convo, and Mo pretty much was saying he doesn't want to, but he could understand if we do for 50, 60 million, we could replace him. And Tom was saying, oh yeah, maybe we could replace him. I don't agree. Like, you can't on one breath have a guy that we're suggesting is future captain at Arsenal and then be talking about selling him. What?
Yeah, I agree with you.
But what message does that put out? We've just started to get. I
agree with you.
I can't see it. We've got more than enough people to sell still. I don't understand. And the Saliba one really winds me up.
When you say more than enough people to sell, like, who are you talking about that would have some value to it?
Well, look, I understand. Look, Pepe, you'll get 20, 30 million for him.
Yeah, but that will represent a 50 million pound loss.
Okay, yes, I know that. But I'd rather lose a 50 million pounds. It's happened. There's nothing we could do about that. We can't go back and spin back time, but you can deal with from here on and the future. And if you're looking to build a top team, why would you then start dismantling it 2-3 years in and start going, oh, do you want him? Oh, okay, we'll sell him. Oh, do you want him as well? Oh, we'll sell him. It doesn't make any sense. And yes, we've got young players with ceilings. Who's to say Tierney's not going to improve? He's only 22, 23 himself. Another 2 years, he could be worth a lot more money. Martinelli, another 2-3 years, he could be worth a lot more money, and so on
but
and
we're
so
talking
on. Why
about
would you
here
sell
and
them now?
And I just
Why would you
think
sell them now?
Listen, I'm not saying this is what I would do, right? I'm saying this is what I can see Arsenal doing.
We still need centre back.
If somebody comes in with 50 million pounds, 60, no, I don't think 60, but about 40, 50 million pounds for Saliba, he's gone.
Why? That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. What do you expect from a player when you send him out on loan? Right? Let's have a look at this properly, yeah? Eddie Nketiah goes to Leeds. Doesn't really do much. Doesn't even dislodge Bamford from the team. Right?
Yeah.
He comes back, he's in their side, and he was given a proper chance. Right? What can a player do when he's sent out on loan more than what Saliba's done? He's gone out on loan.
The problem is, as you've seen, Arteta for no reason treats different players differently. You know, if he doesn't fancy somebody for whatever reason, like for example, Guendouzi, I'm just using as an argument. Say, yeah, his attitude, I don't fancy it, right? Regardless, Guendouzi has done all right on his loan spells as well, especially on Marseille.
Yeah,
right?
he has.
No, he's off. Right, 10 million, 12 million, whatever. If he doesn't fancy William Saliba, right, it doesn't. Saliba can. He's done very well at both of his loan spells, right? But he'll still be off.
I can't. I will be shocked if we sell him, and
I wouldn't
I'll be extremely disappointed, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I will be very disappointed as well.
Outside of Ben White and Gabriel, if one of them two gets injured, who takes their position right now?
Nobody, because we don't have that sort of fixture.
Right. Okay.
So this is something that will be addressed. He'll probably look at it and says he's got Holding.
I expect us to get rid of Holding.
I'm not saying that Holding is good. That's really good. Fuck, is this right?
Brentford are beating.
Are you having us on, or is that 3-1 to Brentford against?
That's what he's saying. Brentford are winning 3-1. That's what I think. That's what that's saying. Let's have a look.
I don't know. Yeah, but so what?
No. Brentford. Brentford, the lead at Chelsea. What? Yeah, Brentford are beating Chelsea. Hold on. Brentford, the lead at Chelsea. I don't know if it's 3-1. Yes. Look.
Fuck, that's a surprise.
That's a great little result.
Yeah, but anyway,
if it happens,
I'm just saying he'll probably look at it and say, "Yeah, we've got Holding. Maybe we'll buy one more centre back, right? So then we've got 2 centre backs, and then because we'll have Europa League or Champions League, either or, right? And as I said to you, the problem is if he don't fancy a player, it doesn't matter, what the guy is doing, how well he's doing his loan. It will be off. Exactly how it is with Nicolas Pepe, because there is a player in Nicolas Pepe, and there's a very good player in Nicolas Pepe. And if you're a very good coach, you should find a way to get the best out of Nicolas Pepe, and it will help your team. It will help your objectives, right? Yeah. So he hasn't done that. He doesn't fancy doing that with Nicolas Pepe, and he will be off.
And I think the problem with Pepe, bro, is him tracking back. Huh? I think Pepe don't track back. I think that's the problem.
Well, you're a coach, man. You're working with the guy every day. Train him. If you're a football coach and you got a team and you see somebody who's got a lot of potential, there is something about him, but he's not tracking back. What do? You move him on, or you work with him to make him track back.
Yeah, but you can't listen. You can work with him. Listen, I played at a decent level, right? Manager can tell you everything he wants to tell you, right? And he can train you everything in the right way, and he can tell you what to do. But at the end of the day, once you cross over that white line, what's up here is down to you, and what's in your heart and what you do on the pitch is down to you.
Exactly. But
if you're not doing it, even after he's told
you didn't play professional football that every day you're out on a training pitch.
It was semi-pro. It weren't pro. It was semi-pro.
No, I know that. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying these guys are playing at the highest possible level, right?
Yeah, but the philosophy is
if you as a manager can't fix Nicolas Pepe, right, and your best and easiest solution is, he needs to, he needs to be sold. Listen, for all I know, it may be personal issues with Pepe as well, because I read somewhere that he still hasn't settled in well in London. He doesn't speak English well enough. It may be all of those things as well. But I'm just saying, when Arteta came to Arsenal, one of the things was that he worked wonders with Sterling and this and that. but we haven't seen that at Arsenal. You know, Martinelli maybe, Saka maybe, but the likes of Pepe, 70 million pounds. You know, and you know, as a business, Lev,
We got our asses.
for you
we got
to
our asses
write off
putting out for that.
50 million pound of a player is criminal. It's just, listen, for the past 5-6 years, our transfer dealings has been horrendous. The number of players that we've paid a lot of money for, at the time, Mesut Ozil was a club record, right? He walked away for free. And don't forget his salary, his wages along the way, right? And we're doing that with Lacazette again, 50 million pound. Aubameyang again, walk away. Nketiah obviously is a free transfer. I still don't understand why they did not accept 22 million pounds for Ainsley Maitland-Niles from Wolves.
No, I agree with you. He's gone to
And
Roma,
then after
and
that, he has not played the game. He's just gone downhill. Send him out on loan, and he'll probably walk away for free as well.
No, I agree with you, but you got to understand these were legacy stuff. I mean, you can't really blame Arteta for all of these things that happened before.
No, I'm not blaming Arteta.
If we look at now, and you look at our transfers now that we've made, you've got to look at them and say, you know what? We've done well with the transfer market in the last year or two. We've bought well. We've bought at decent prices. Apart from Pepe, we have bought at decent prices. The Pepe one we got shafted with. I personally still think we should have gone for Zaha. We should have nailed Zaha. We would have been a different team with Zaha in this team. I know what you're saying with regards to coaching, but at the same time, you can't deny that when you watch Pepe, you know, he might do the right things positionally and whatever, but he still has this tendency in the final third to make the wrong decision or to overdo it. I used to be a winger. I see several times that he could put the ball in when he should, and he doesn't, and instead he tries to do another step over. He starts to beat and tries to beat another man.
If you can't rectify
him
that
as well,
Lev, what does that tell you? What does that say about you?
It's football intelligence, though. If you don't have it, and you know he plays like he plays in the playground. He's that kid with loads of skill that don't.
He must have something to get to where the level he is today, Lev.
Oh no, he's ridiculously talented. He's technically very gifted.
Then the manager, I think I don't know. Maybe it's wrong of me to say this, but I think he might have looked at this and it'd be like, you know what? For me to spend time and energy with this guy to get him to a level that I want, I'd rather move him on and get somebody else in that I can, you know, that is my kind of player, and then work on him from there.
Well, look, I want to look at what Saliba's been saying, right? Because we've spoken about Pepe a lot, and you know, some people say we Pepe bash and all of that. And I personally, I really liked him, and I really wanted it to work for him. But you can't deny.
He smashed it in African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, I know. But then, you know, Xhaka smashes it in international football. Like,
yeah,
he was great in the Europeans and the world.
Week out is in the team. Nicolas Pepe is not in the team.
Yeah,
what's his name? Eddie Nketiah comes in ahead of Nicolas Pepe. What does that do for you as a player when you're on the bench? You probably need a goal or something, and he comes on instead of you. A guy that is walking away for free. He's refusing to sign a new deal. He's not good enough. He's coming on, but you're sitting on a bench.
No, I hear you. That is true. But look, we'll see what William Saliba's saying. So basically what he was saying is, I want to play as a starter. After that, if I get into the rotation as a substitute, it's not like staying with the under-23s and never being in the squad. So he basically is showing he's got ambition, he wants to play, right? Asked about Saliba following his call-up for France, Arteta said on Thursday, we are really aware of what's going on, how he's developing. He's our player, and we are really happy with the decision that we made. The exposure minutes, responsibility, and growth at his age is something we could not guarantee him this season. It makes a lot of sense what is happening with him, and we are glad to see him the way he is improving. Now, look, whichever way you want to look at it, you cannot deny that, in a way, although we're all upset that it didn't keep him and this, that, and the other, I mean, why not saying Saliba over Ben Shite? I don't think Ben White's being shy. I think he's been he's been very good. He's not the sort of defender that goes down to ground a lot. He likes to do things a bit more eloquently and be in the right positions. I think he's been really good, and you can't knock our record right now. Yes, I would have kept Saliba, but at the same time, look, he's gone to France. He's broken into the Marseille team and solidified his position in there. He's then been selected for the France Team of the Year 11. And on top of that, he's then gone to the international team and he's now playing international. You can't ask for more than that. So his development has been great. Yes, you could argue that he's obviously good enough to do this. Why didn't we keep him? But at the same time, whichever way I look at it, he's progressed And now is the time to bring him back. Now, if you've got Ben White, Gabriel, and Saliba in that, fighting for the centre back positions, that's when you can start saying, oh, if we make top 4, we could be challenging, for maybe other cups and stuff like that as well. So I don't see us selling them up. It'd be ridiculous to sell him if we get into Europe. There you go. So I don't think that's going to happen. Let us know in the chats if you think we're going to be selling Saliba.
I agree with you, Lev. But with regards to what Arteta has said, what else is he supposed to come out and say? He's not going to come out and say, "Oh yeah, he's done all right, but we're still going to move him on because I'm not sure about his attitude or personality, or I've seen a couple of bits and bobs that I don't like from him." He's not going to come out and say that. He will come out and say exactly what he said, that, "Oh yeah, he's done really well. He's our player. This, that, the other, and we're going to look at it closer to the time." And as I said, listen, I may be wrong. It's just my opinion that maybe there will be no departures from Arsenal. But I would not be surprised if they get rid of 2 players, because they need to sign quite a lot of players. This summer, Arsenal need to sign quite a lot of players, and they need to sign well. Okay? So I would not be surprised for the excuse of we need money in order to buy quality and all that. They will get rid of 1 or 2. Nicolas Pepe, I'll tell you, 90% will be off. And there will be 1 more. Now, 1 more will be somebody who's got value in it. And I'm not talking about like a Granit Xhaka type of thing. I'm talking about heavy-duty money, like 40, 50, 60 million pounds. If Liverpool comes in for Gabriel Martinelli, right, with heavy-duty money.
If we sell, we are sending out the wrong message.
Yeah, but
I listen. The one thing I will say about Arteta,
remember, Liverpool sold
arrogant.
Coutinho at the time. Yeah. He was smashing it at Liverpool. They sold him for 120 million pounds. They went and bought Van Dijk and Alisson, and they kicked on from there. So yeah, but these things are positive as well.
Coutinho was older. He was more experienced.
No, I agree.
Liverpool got a lot more out of Coutinho as well. We've only just started.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that Martinelli is in the same level. I'm just saying that it's possible that they'll sell him for big money, and then they'll go buy 2 or 3 proper, players. Whether they'll do it or not is a different thing. I'm just saying, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't do it, but I would not be surprised if Arsenal do it.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let us know in the chats. Would you sell Saliba? No chance from me. Right. Moving on. Obviously, there's been other stuff going on as well. Mikel Arteta. Now, this is a great one. I thought I'd bring it up now, looking at the chats, because I'm a little bit confused with our fan base. Like, there's still, no matter the fact that we're doing well at the moment, the fact that we're on a good run, we're probably the informed team in the Premier League still on record. There's people in our chats and there's people in comments. I read them all the time. I read what's going on in Twitter and all that. This guy has just won Manager of the Month. We're so quick to jump on him. We've done it. You've done it. We've been critical. We're not going to sit here and deny it. We have been critical, but we've always said we wanted him to do well and wanted him to prove us wrong. He's starting to do well. He's just won Manager of the Month, and I'm still seeing this guy get a lot of flack. Yeah, I mean, why not saying, things like...
Why not is the biggest critic of Mikel Arteta, mate. I'll tell you. I don't think there's anything that Arteta can do to win.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to ask him the question. Why not sentiment? What do you want Arteta to do for you to be like, okay, I'll accept him as an Arsenal manager? Now, I haven't accepted him as an Arsenal manager. I still have my doubts.
No, jury's still out. We agree.
Yeah, but I don't... The level of criticizing that you go on him is harsh, man. Like, you proper go for him. So I just want to see what you expect from him.
Yeah, Manager of the Month voted by fans, deluded Arsenal fans, right? Firstly, it's not just about being voted by fans. Like, it's the record. If you look at the record over the last month or two, Arsenal have been right up there. I think they've been top, apart from that loss we had to Liverpool. So I don't understand. Win the Champions League 3. It's just like we never did that when we had Wenger in our height. I don't understand. We haven't won it yet, and we had the best team, arguably one of the best teams the Premiership's ever seen. And we didn't win the Champions League. It was a fine line. Yes, we got very, very close, and you argue we could have done it. We should have done it. However, it hasn't been done. So what is it these guys are expecting from Arteta? And what do you think? I mean, he has started to win me over. Yes, it could change in the next couple of weeks. I know Hugh was a joke. It could change in the next couple of weeks. It can. He could start losing the games we want him to lose. He could drop out the top 4 battle. And then me and you can start saying it as well. People in here, rightly so, could be saying, you know what? With this team right now that we've got, I think we should be in the position that we have. We should be like very close, if not taking that top 4 position. Look, Chelsea have just lost 3-1. Anything can happen. So, I don't know what they want from him. I mean, what's your take on it? What do these fans expect to see from Arteta right now?
I don't know. I can speak for myself.
Yeah, go on then.
I'm not sure if he's good enough for Arsenal and a bigger picture, because you need to look at the time that he's been on Arsenal, and the time that he's been here, he's been inconsistent. There's been good patches like one that we're in right now. And there's been awful run of forms as well. There's been mistakes, rookie mistakes, and that is natural because the guy has no experience. And some of them
he's been managing games a bit better over the last.
No, he has, right? But let's say for argument's sake, right? Sorry. Let me tell you something about the position we're in now, just before I move on. One of the reasons we are where we are is because others around us are not performing well.
Okay, fair enough.
Right? So you got the likes of United, Tottenham, Leicester, who else? Yeah, these 3 teams that are not performing well, right? If they were performing to their usual standards, we'll probably be sitting 7th now, which is 6th or 7th, which is similar to where we finished last season. But if he does finish in the top 4, right, he needs to be given credit for what he's done, because at the end of the day, he's taken advantage of others not performing well around him, and he's got the best out of a team, and he's in the Champions League. Then he'll be presented with a completely different and new challenges of being in the Champions League, playing midweek, weekend. You're going to come up against games, and if he goes to Champions League, right, and he gets knocked out in group phases, fans are going to be all over him. So he's going to be forgotten what he's done.
That could happen with any team at any time, right? And not just that. Yeah, I think people underestimate our team a little bit in the sense of there's a lot worse teams in the Champions League every year from poorer leagues. And everyone's like, you're going to get knocked out in the group stages.
We haven't been in the Champions League for a while. So when we go in, we'll probably go in as a 4th seed tier. Okay. Sorry, 4th seeded team, right? So the chances of us getting a group with 2 good teams is likely. Okay? And that will present a completely different challenge to him. And
you'd expect us to strengthen if we get into the top 4, though.
I would expect us to do that, but how they're going to do that, I don't know. And how is he going to manage that? Again, I don't know, because it's unknown. I don't know how he's going to manage all of these things. So it's one that we have to wait and see how he would deal with this.
So hold on, this is the other thing that I need to get my head around then, and you guys in the chat let me know, because I've got people in it like, how are we even saying Arteta out right now? It doesn't even make any sense to me. Like, at least if you're going to say Arteta out,
no, there are some people
justify
but listen, there are some people that, and I give you an example. A really good example for this would be Lee Gunner, right? So Lee Gunner has said, from as far as I remember when he was on Twitter and all of that, even before Arteta got the job, he was like, I don't want him. I don't want this guy. And he's been consistent about it. He's maintained this regardless. Up to today, he's still saying, I want Arteta gone. I never wanted him, and I don't want him. And there are some people out there, I'm assuming this LB Gunnar is one of them. That
Nick Paris as well.
Yeah, Nick Paris probably. I'm saying, listen, I never wanted the guy. He's not good enough because I expect more. And this probably, correct me, Nick and LB Gunnar, if I'm wrong, but this probably comes from their expectation of Arsenal being too much. So they are not accepting Arsenal finishing 8th. I'm assuming same with Why Not sentiment. They're not accepting Arsenal being out of Europe. They're not accepting Arsenal being out of the Champions League. They're not accepting us going away to, I don't know, Brighton and just manage a 1-1. Palace at home, 1-1, just, you know. They expect more and they want more from their team. So they're saying this guy is not good enough. He's not giving us what we require, what we expect from a club like Arsenal. So therefore, he needs to be moved on.
Hold on though, right? And listen, I've said this as well. You know, we haven't said we haven't confirmed he's the right man for the job yet. But I've seen signs that he's learning on the job. And when you're learning on the job, you make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. Because we've said this. People saying I got slapped by Olympiacos, this, that, and the other. And right, yes, we are not saying he's perfect. We're not saying he hasn't made mistakes, and we've been right on him when he has. However, if this guy makes top 4, yeah, then he has to be given a chance. He's clearly will be learning on the job. Another thing he's done as well is some of these players that he's had, they've been pushed on. Look at the likes of Saka. Look at the likes of the people he's brought in like Tomiyasu and look at what Tierney's done before his injury and look at what Gabriel's doing now. Look at how Ben White's playing, and you could go the list on. So we are playing well, and these are people that he's had a say in bringing in. So we've got to give him credit where it's due. We're so quick, but then we sit there going, "Oh, well, we didn't want him." But then it doesn't guarantee you by getting a top name manager that you're going to do well. I mean, look at Spurs. They've got Conte.
Yeah,
are they doing well? Are they?
Yeah.
Look how much Man United have spent and how much management they've had come and go. And I know that Rangnick's not the long-term plan, but look at the balls up that they've made. Like they've spent millions and millions and millions, yeah. And on paper, they've got a shit hot team. When that team goes on the pitch, it's awful. So what guarantees is it that you get someone like look, Mourinho went to United, flopped badly. It's not just about, oh, we should have got a better manager. Look, Nick's saying, look at what Emery is doing. It doesn't matter what Emery's doing. He's doing it in the Spanish league. It's a totally different league. Totally. In the Spanish league, you may have
that's fair enough.
3 or 4.
But you know what? To be honest with
it.
you, out of the players you say, I don't think Mikel Arteta should be credited with Saka's development. If anything, I would credit probably maybe Freddie Ljungberg and Unai Emery with that, because Saka was pretty much there when Arteta has come in. He's just had a run of form. But it's difficult because I'm also one that is saying, listen, some of this is not Mikel Arteta's fault. He didn't give himself the job of Arsenal. Okay? So he's learning on the job at one of the biggest clubs in the world where expectation is quite high, and there are people like Nick and there'll be Gune and why not Sentiment that are not going to accept anything less than, I don't know, a title charge or a top 4 finish or anything like that. And he's been put in there with no experience. And we saw this last year with the Europa League semi-final. The mistake that he made, this was 100% on Mikel Arteta. You change the formation and all of these things. It's because why? It's because he's not experienced and he doesn't have anybody around him that would tell him otherwise. So some of this lies with the club. But ultimately, I don't think they're going to. Obviously, I think it's obvious to everybody that they're not going to sack him now, or even this summer, and we're just going to have to wait and see the season. But unfortunately, there are going to be people always, right, like Nick or Albi Guna or why not, that there will always be doubtful of Mikel Arteta, and sometimes whatever he does is they're just not going to. He's not going to win, and you know what? If the biggest problem Arteta has is every time he goes on a dodgy patch, there's a lot of people that are turning
just
on him
waiting around the corner. Yeah, and that's how it feels.
Well, not waiting around the corner. Even myself, if he goes on a 2 or 3 run of losses and he's making mistakes on those losses, I'm going to be all over him. Whereas with other managers, maybe I wouldn't do that because they probably wouldn't go through that.
What is the point? My question is this: what is the point? What is the point? Like, listen, if we were languishing in 10th, 11th, 12th, we were still doing the same shit as before. I understand. Come out, say Arteta out. I get it, right? But what is the point of doing it when you're challenging for the top 4 and you've got a record that's like amongst the best in the Prem right now? We're on a positive side. What is the point on keeping this negative? Wait until we see what happens.
I think they're just giving their opinion and they stick into their opinion regardless of what. Because to a situation that you may see some positivity out of it, maybe Albi Gun and Nick, or why not Sentiment, or other people, the likes of league gunners in the world, right? They don't see any positivity. They're saying that we should never be here in the first place.
Okay, so
he's finished 8th. He's bring expectation so low that now we're thinking, oh, he's doing a tremendous job. Maybe we'll finish in top 4. What these guys are probably saying is that we should never have been here in the first place. We should be where Chelsea is, or where I don't know, where maybe Liverpool is. We should be competing for the title. We should be, with a better manager, we would be in a better place now. Probably that's what they're saying. I'm not trying to speak for them. But,
all I'm asking, all I'm wondering is, when is it okay to accept Arteta? That's what I want to know. And these guys, there are some unrealistic, answers. Oh, winning the league, winning the Champions League. That's unrealistic. That's unrealistic.
Why not answer this earlier? I'm just trying to find out. Here we go. No, that's not it. Here we go. That's what he said.
Deliver on his promise of title race in US. Yeah, but that doesn't happen overnight, bro.
Yeah, but he said it. He said it when he came. When he signed Willian, he said, in 3 years' time, I want to win the Champions League.
Okay, all right. Every manager has to put a target in place. That's how.
Yeah, but it has to be a realistic target. You can't come out and talk shit.
Okay, right. Fair enough. But what is he into now? 2 years? What's he?
More
2 years
that,
into?
Man.
No, it's over 2 years. Just over 2 years he's been at Arsenal, right? He's coming up to his 3rd, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah? So if he goes into top 4, yeah, and then we're in Champions League, that's clearly a sign that we move forward. When was the last time we got into Champions League? I'll ask that question. Before Arteta, before Emery.
I'm finding myself fighting the corner of why not Sentiment, Nick, and Albi Guna. And
no, I'm trying to keep.
No, I'm just saying. But what they'll probably turn around and say is, we should never have been here in the first place. We should have been in the Champions League.
That's not his fault. That's not his doing. Our team, I'm not being funny, but let's go back to what he had when he took over. Yeah? Right? Yeah. You had the likes of Mustafi and all these types of crap in this team. He had the issues with the Ozil situation. He had all sorts of dross to get rid of, right?
Yeah, but some of these
that doesn't happen overnight, bro.
He could have dealt with Ozil differently.
Maybe, but then the Monreal things recently that came out
differently. You agree on that, I'm sure.
Mate, listen, we've always said, we felt that he was treated harshly, and we feel that there's a lot more to it politically, even like in the situations that he was in, and the fact that maybe he didn't contribute the way he should have been contributing. I still think they would have used him with 20-25 minutes to go if it wasn't for the politics with China, etc.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree with you in that aspect, but at the same time, look at what Monreal recently came out. Monreal was a reliable guy. He's
I saw that.
no frill spills.
I put my comments as well on the show on Monday. You didn't read. You ignored my comments, by the way.
Shut up, man.
I know you did that on purpose, but hey, no. I would question the timing of his. Why you come out with this now?
I mean, the thing that people keep saying
at the time.
Yeah, I agree with you. Why the timing was a bit strange, but then again. He's been asked, and people here are saying, "Oh, well, we're out of all the cups." That bit I do get. That's a disappointment. And people saying we spent 250 million, but then again, our team was so bad in the sense of it was in such a bad state that we had to, with all those poor signings that we made, that in order to rectify it and start trying to get ourselves back on track, we had to spend that money. So you can't grumble that we weren't spending money and have a go at the board, which we've done. And I still don't think they're the best board, and I still think there's better boards out there. We can't complain about the board not backing the team, and then when they spend 250 million, complain that we spent 250 million. We didn't buy 250 million pounds worth of ready-made, world-class, good-to-go players. We basically bought types of players that were on the verges or young with a high ceiling, and they've started to come good. You know, Tomiyasu. You know, no one was breaking their back to get Tomiyasu in. We got him in. He looks like a great little signing. Gabriel, great signing. Ben White, we were all saying 50 million, is looking pretty decent at the moment. You can't sit there and say Partey ain't doing a great job right now. He started to come good. So the money that we've spent has been right, in my opinion. So we can't sit there and complain that we spent that money. But anyway, bro, look, end of the day, we could talk about this all day. I just thought it was funny that even now the man's won manager of the month. Instead of at least giving him some props, we're still slating him. And I do think that we're quick enough to
put out a tweet congratulating him?
I did. Because, like, listen, we put out tweets criticizing him all the time. At least be balanced. And like, when someone does something good, at least then be quick enough to praise them too. How can your manager win manager of the month when you're still giving him bollocks? At least give something to him. If you're a fan, we might not, think he's our first choice, but at least right now he's doing a decent job. Get behind him. And by the way, 4-1 up now, Brentford.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so...
Hey, listen, what's your thoughts on this? I've seen a lot of people, at the beginning, I thought it was a joke.
What?
Right? But I see a lot of people genuinely talking about Haaland coming to Arsenal. Have you seen that as well?
Yeah, I've started to see it a little bit.
I'm like...
All right, so let's play devil's advocate here, right?
Why even play devil's advocate on this level?
Well, you brought up
why don't even entertain this, man?
Okay, firstly, yeah. He's besties with Odegaard. We know that.
You sure?
Right? Secondly, London is much more of a draw. And let's be honest with Chelsea, it was looking like Chelsea.
Lev, please, Lev.
Why'd you bring it up then if you don't want to talk about it?
No, I just wanted to see what your thoughts are. I didn't say play devil's advocate on it.
Then you're just shutting me down. Listen,
what? You actually see this? You think there's a chance?
I never said that.
No, the way you're going on about it.
I want to ask. I want to ask.
You're building towards something.
I'm building towards a question.
What I expected was something in lines of, no chance. I don't know what that is about. Moving on to a different topic.
I'm building a question. I'm seriously building this question. Yeah. If Arteta went and got Haaland and convinced him to come, will these boys
you can ask
still
this question to the chat as well.
That's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's what people say. Don't start. Why not? Why not? Like, we might as well ask the question now. It's up.
Yeah, go on.
If we got into top 4, then Arteta went and convinced Haaland to come to us. Yeah. Would these boys still be sitting here going, Arteta out? Question, genuine question. Put it in the chat. And I'm not saying he's gonna come. More chance of getting Judy Garland, says Nick Paris. Mate, there's no place like home, and our home's the Emirates. So you just never know. But yeah, I'm not saying we're gonna get him, and there's a lot of money in that. And you're talking about selling the likes of Saliba to try and raise some money, and then you talk about Haaland in the same breath. It's impossible. Yeah, go on.
If you had to give a percentage to this happening, what would you give?
10. 10%. And you know what that 10% is? That 10% is because he's besties with Odegaard.
I don't see it happening at all. Because even if he fancied coming to Arsenal, right? Yeah. I don't see us paying that sort of money. We're not that club.
Money? What sort of money? What's his clause? 60 mil?
No, 65. It's more than that. I think it's about
65 mil.
70, 80, something like this. The wages, right?
400k.
The wages, his agent is demanding around 50, 60 million pounds. And apparently he's dadding on it as well. He's demanding another 20, 30 million pounds.
Listen,
Arsenal are not that club to pay this, man. Here we go. That's Nick said as always, dad wants 40 million.
If it wasn't for the likes of these Saudi companies and the oligarchs that have come in with ridiculous, endless amounts of money, who knows? And
to them is, they bought Neymar and all those things, but
and Real Madrid are after
Mbappe. Another thing.
Don't forget, Mbappe.
Can I ask you another possibility to give me percentage on?
Yeah, go on.
Pogba to Arsenal.
That I could see.
You could see Pogba coming to Arsenal.
No, I don't think it could happen, but it's much more realistic, and I'll tell you why. Yeah,
go on.
He's not at the best of times at United. I do think he likes the Premier League. I don't think United are using him correctly. And there is this issue that we've been looking like for this AM type player. And I think that Pogba is better in a more advanced position.
What, next to Thomas Partey?
Yeah, where you don't have to track back. Yeah? So, like, in a sense, imagine where Xhaka's playing in that advanced role at the moment. Imagine putting Pogba there. Who can score, who can beat players, who has got a bit of skill, etc., etc.
Would you want him at Arsenal?
No. And I'll tell you why. People on here, and listen, and it's tough for me to
say.
Guys,
in the chat, can you tell us, do you want Pogba at Arsenal? Let us know what you
listen, it's tough for me to say because I think he's an extremely talented guy. When he was at Juve, I loved him. But there's, people on here saying they don't want this player or that player because, Saliba is one because of his mentality and all of this stuff. Like they know his mentality. They don't. But we know Pogba's mentality, right? He was at United. He flopped. They sent him to Juve. He done well. They went back in for him when he was on super money, like he was like the super Pogba that everyone was expecting. He's come back. He's flopped. Pretty much like Lukaku. Do you remember Lukaku? He was at Chelsea, flopped. Sold him, done all right. Then he's gone to Italy, smacked it up. They went in for him again, flopped again. Yeah? Why not, by the way, is saying yes to Pogba. And so is ALB. See, Pogba, I mean, what's his contract situation at the moment?
He's free.
There you go. So it is much more realistic than the Haaland one we were talking about.
No, I don't see Haaland coming. Well,
no, but it's much more realistic.
Comes to Arsenal, I don't know, man. It's not going to happen. I don't really see it happen. If the guy has got any ambition or anything like that, he will go to a big club.
So, who do you see come? Like, we'll quickly touch on this and then we'll go into the
game. I've been, as I said, I've been unwell. I haven't been really following transfer news and everything. But listen, Arsenal, they need to have a big transfer because in the summer because they need 2 really good strikers. You need a really good number 8, okay, and possibly a winger. Right?
Well,
but
go on.
But the 2 strikers, right, and a midfielder is all part of the spine of the team, which is very important. So they need to go out and they need to spend big. Maybe, I don't know if they will keep Granit Xhaka or not. If apparently Roma is saying they're going to come back for him, but we're not going to have. It's not going to be a one game a week next season. It's going to be FA Cup. Champions League or Europa League, FA Cup, Carling Cup, not Carling Cup, Carabao Cup, Premiership. So there's going to be games, and you need a bigger squad, a lot bigger squad than what we currently have. So I think they need to have a big summer.
In regards to Haaland, True Gun has come out with a valid point. We were saying Haaland would be what, 70 mil, 65, 70 mil. That's what I've been reading. We went in for Vlahovic. Now, obviously, the money on the salary will be higher.
I don't think we were ever in for Vlahovic. I think that was just a smoke screen.
You think so? I think we were in for him.
No, I don't think so. I think they knew that this guy is not going to come to Arsenal. Remember, we had Fabrizio Romano on, and he told us this guy has no intention of coming to Arsenal. His agent is not even picking up Arsenal's call. Arsenal used that to their advantage. Very clever. They entertained fans throughout January with this thinking of Vlahovic will come. We're in for him. We're showing ambition. Finally, we're going for the right type of player. But behind the scenes, they were getting rid of players. They didn't want to sign anybody, and that's what exactly. And they used that for smoke screen. And at the end, he went to Juventus, and they're like, "Oh, look, we tried to get him, but we couldn't." This and that. Because if you go for a player that is 70 million pounds, and you go in for that type of player because you need him, surely you would have a plan B. And the fact that they didn't have any plan B, they left it to last minute. And then when he went there, we don't have time now to go find, this, that. It just shows to me that this was a smoke screen all along.
Fair dues. Okay, so moving to current times in regards to the game coming up on Monday and obviously looking at some of these results right now. The top 4 race is hotting up. There's people in here, Arteta out. There's people in there saying, Arteta's great. He's doing a great job. It will all come out in the wash in the next 9 or 10 games. Plus, our prediction game is going on. We'll talk about that in a second. But look, firstly, it sounds like Ronaldo's out the game. By the way, for Leicester, for the Leicester game right now with Man United.
Yeah,
so
we need Leicester to. We need the best outcome for Arsenal will probably be either a Leicester win or a draw.
No, well, Leicester's not a threat, so I want Leicester to win. But here's the question I wanted to ask before we go into the Crystal Palace game, and I'll ask you guys in the chat as well. Is it an advantage or a disadvantage playing on Monday? Because some people will say the pressure will be on based on the results that they see this weekend, and then we're playing on Monday. Others are saying it's an advantage because we get to see what the results are prior, and then we can set up the way we need to set up to approach that. I mean, personally, I think we just need to keep getting 3 points. But very quickly, advantage, disadvantage. Let us know, guys, in the chat as well.
I think this Monday probably an advantage because the players will be back from international duty. They'll have a lot more time to settle in, come back to training, and get back to their routine, and then play on Monday. So I would say an advantage.
Okay,
playing on Monday this time.
All right. So then going into the game, we talked about this with the guys Monday night. Vieira's doing a great job. Let's be honest. He's got them playing very well. It looks like. Oh, by the way, I think Zaha might be a doubt as well for that game. And if that's true,
he's got a hamstring issue apparently.
Yeah. If that's true, that's a massive one for us because he causes us all sorts of problems.
I didn't know when I predicted 1-1. I didn't know that.
Whatever. Anyway, so the Vieira effect. We're hoping Patrick does us a bit of a favor, but knowing that the winner that he is. Oh, and he just recently got inducted into the Hall of Fame in the Premier League. Yeah, very much
well deserved.
The best CM I've seen in the Premier League without a shadow of a doubt.
This is my opinion. Don't shoot me. This is just my opinion. But possibly, it's very difficult, but possibly the greatest Arsenal player I've ever seen.
Ooh, what ahead of Henry and Bergkamp and them boys?
It's very difficult. Like Henry, Bergkamp, Adams. There are real players out there, but Patrick Vieira for me was just
the perfect. He was ahead of his time. The perfect midfielder you could ever get. Yeah,
man. Like pace, power, leadership, battle, bravery,
skill. Let's not forget skill.
He was like him and Gilberto in that midfield. Where that was a banging midfield, man.
That was a banging midfield. You're right. So
imagine this, right? It's a corner. You're the opposition player. You're coming up for a corner, and you've got people like Vieira, Gilberto, Keon. The keeper is Jens Lehmann. And Edu is not a short guy. I've met Edu. I told you I saw him.
Yeah.
He's just a little bit taller than me, right? And I was surprised because I didn't think he would be taller than me. And then who else we had? Parla, Sol Campbell. You think you can get
so underrated, Sol Campbell? And by the way, I'm not forgetting what Sol Campbell's done to me. You listen. I have wiped Sol Campbell from my mind after what happened to me that time at the pie shop. The Pie Man in Chelsea. Yeah, it's a shop called the Pie Man in Chelsea. I was walking past. My man was standing outside the Pie Man, and I'm walking my dog. And I'm like, I can't believe it. It is one of the Invincibles. It is fucking Sol Campbell. I'm losing my shit, yeah? Walk past him. Sol, massive fan. Oh, yeah, all right. So arrogant. So, as much as I think he was a great Sol, you're in my bad books, man. I don't give a shit. We paid for that man's salary. We chanted his name. We went to those games. We had his back. At least have your fans back. But anyway, yeah, he was good. You really hit a sore point with me as Sol, man.
Yeah, so that was a big team at that time, man. It had everything. Everything, man. I mean, I cannot speak highly enough of Patrick Vieira.
Well, now he's the manager of Crystal Palace, and we know he's a winner. Someone says,
he's not gonna take it easy. You remember when he came to Emirates?
Yeah, but Elise is out as well.
That game, do you remember?
Yeah, I remember that. that was not the best day. Elise is out and Zaha's out apparently, which will do us really, really good. So, how do you see this playing out, bro?
Well, I predicted a 1-1 draw.
You got to stick with that now. You can't change it.
Yeah, I know, because we're not normally good when we come back from international break.
I need one decent result. I need one result that I've actually guessed correct. And
Well,
this,
what have
could,
you
be,
predict- you
this
predicted-
could be the mistake I was waiting for from you, because you put a draw, right? If we win, you drop points.
Yeah, but you gain one. There's a quite
but
distance
you drop
between me and you
points.
on that.
It's not that
But hold
much,
on.
bro.
No, there is. Hold on.
You're on 8 points.
What did you predict?
2-1.
Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah, of course. And don't forget,
you do know if this is a 1-1 draw, it's all over, Lev. You know, you do know that, right?
yeah, but I still got 2 others to chase. I don't have to be. All I've got to do is make sure I don't finish bottom. Remember that, yeah? And on top of that, you're in the position that you're in is because you guessed 2 results. I have not been getting the actual, like, be saying we're going to win and all that shit, but I didn't stop being nailing the results. All I need to do is nail one result. It's 2 points. It's 2 points for a result. It's 2 points for a result, yeah?
No, it's 1 point for a result, 3 point for a. If you guess that,
is it 3 points to get the exact? So that's why you're on 8 points, because you guessed 2 score lines, but then the rest of your guesses will be not that great. You just got 6 points.
Well, my guess
from those 2
been better than you so far.
It's not finished though, bro. We still got 9 games to go, and this could be the beginning of your slip. So let's see what happens.
No problem, man. At the end of it, if I lose, I'm treating 3 people out to dinner. I'll gladly pay £50 per head.
To be fair to you, Shaheen, and I'm sticking up for you here now. Every time we go out for dinner, you pay, bro. No, so if I buy you, no, you do. So if I buy you dinner, as we say in the Greek world, in the Cypriot world, helalisul, man, I'll pay it just to see you smile. Do you know what I mean? But the competitive edge of me, the competitive side of me is like, nah, man, I'm not gonna get mugged off live on air. Do you know what I mean? Like another 9 games.
You still owe me 20 quid, by the way.
What do I owe you 20 quid for?
For Aubameyang bet. Yeah, you lost.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. All right. So I'll pay 220 quid for the meal. So anyway, you've seen the players are out. You said 1-1. So do you feel that it's going to stay 1-1? You're going to stick? Although obviously, it's, you know what I mean. I know you're saying.
Listen, Palace have been doing all right. They beat Man City at home, I think, or Liverpool.
Yeah, well, no, that's some great results, and they've been playing really well. I'm not going to knock them.
Listen, Palace away genuinely is normally a difficult place to go,
and their fans are crazy as well. They're good fans.
Yeah, it's a small state. It reminds me of Highbury a little bit. So it's a difficult place to go. Patrick Vieira is there. He's been doing well. They haven't had a lot of players on international duty, so he's had time with them on the training ground and so on. So they'll be ready for it. And I don't think. I don't know Patrick Vieira personally, but from what I know of him as a player, I don't think he's going to take it easy on Arsenal at all.
Well, even to prevent the scum from getting 4th position.
Yeah, it's not about that. It's about him.
He's too much of a winner, isn't he?
Remember, he came to us. He came back with Inter Milan, with Juventus, and he didn't take it easy as a player at the time.
Yeah, it was on his latter stages.
And you have to argue that he had probably more loyalty to Arsenal back then, because Wenger was still the manager. Henri, Pires was still playing for Arsenal. His friends. He didn't take it easy, so I don't think he would do that. I don't expect him to anyway.
Okay, all right. Well, look, with Elise and Zaha, if Elise and Zaha are out, I think
it's a big difference.
Massive difference. Would you? Very quickly, would you have gone for 1-1 if you knew, or if you thought those 2 were not going to be in the team?
No, probably not.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Another really quick question I can throw as well, right? Everyone's been harping on about Arteta. He doesn't have the experience. He wasn't my first choice. Rah. I just want to get the mentality here, yeah? If Arteta tomorrow was to be sacked, right, and Vieira's still been doing well for Palace, would you guys in the chat, and I'll ask you this as well, Shaheen, would you be happy if Arsenal went in for Vieira?
No.
Guys in the chat, let me know. You'd say no, yeah? Okay,
no, I'll say no, because
you still want more experience.
No, not even that. It's just I don't want. I don't want him to
ruin
come
his
back and
legacy.
ruin what he had, you know. And plus, you know, Patrick Vieira has done well at Crystal Palace, but it's just at Crystal Palace. Prior to that, he didn't do great in France, and prior to that, it's been okay, you know. So he's still got. I don't want to be in another situation with another inexperienced manager, and I just think, you know, maybe Arsenal should go for somebody like Eric Ten Hag or somebody in that sort of ilk, where they've got a lot more game under their belt. They're they're well experienced. They've won things, so no guarantee that he will come and do well. But I don't want Patrick Vieira to come in and then it doesn't work out, and then I would personally, I will find it extremely hard to criticize Patrick Vieira or call for his head or the way I go after Mikel Arteta or go after Vieira. It's going to be difficult for me.
Yeah, I hear you.
I want Vieira to stay in my head as the greatest Arsenal player in my view. Right? Look, Solskjaer, before taking over at Man United, he was. You argue that he was a legend at the club.
A super sub legend, but he wasn't
Still.
a Vieira legend. But he was a super
no,
sub.
it was
all down
like
to the Champions League and the sub goals he would score when he came
nothing
on.
like that at all. But he's gone in there. He hasn't worked out. Fans turning on you, this, that, and I just don't want. The last thing we need as a fan base is another Arsene Wenger type scenario where the fans are split in the middle. Half are saying Patrick Vieira or Arsene Wenger in regardless. Half is saying no out regardless, because then it will become problematic.
Well, we've got that now with Arteta still.
No, I don't think you've got that now with Arteta, because people don't have the loyalty that they have to Arsene Wenger and Patrick Vieira to Mikel Arteta. He's not even an Arsenal hero. He was just a player for Arsenal at the time.
No, listen, I found him quite basic as a midfielder, very side to side. So it is what it is. Last one other.
Would you have peak Mikel Arteta or peak Granit Xhaka?
Oh, that's tough. Now that I think about it, I'll tell you what. Yeah,
guys in the chat as well, let us know. Peak Granit Xhaka.
That is a tough one.
Arteta?
That is a tough one. So you mean if they were both the same age in midfield, which one would you prefer?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll take Granit Xhaka all day long.
I think I would. I think I would. I really. So Johans actually hit the nail on the head for me. Really. No, not that. No, what Johan said was funny. We never got a peak Arteta. You know, he was quite basic, wasn't he? Like, listen, he was all right. He was all right. He was a last minute buy for us. That's a tough decision to have to make.
Well, you can see people
wouldn't wish it on any manager. Really, Arteta over? No. I don't know, man.
No, there are some people. Look, Hugh saying Arteta over Xhaka.
Okay, look, if you had Partey next to him, hold on.
Let's go through this level. Hugh saying Xhaka is shit, bro.
Peak Arteta.
Xhaka is peak. Arteta.
Wait, Dean, don't think I haven't seen that comment as well about you think it's going to be me. Yeah, just letting you know.
Peak Xhaka easy.
Mm-hmm.
We got him 5 years too late. I think he's talking about Arteta. Xhaka. I think that
Xhaka's shit.
I think people are more loyal to Arteta than Wenger. Oh,
that's not true. That's not true.
Even though Xhaka has played role, Xhaka is more of a liability. None, bro. The Nielsen, you know.
Fucking hell, the Nielsen now is all.
No, but guys, if you had to choose one, obviously, you can see people are split on that as well. He's completely split.
Arteta was a sideways merchant. He was a sideways merchant. He'd get the ball and he'd knock it sideways. He'd get the ball and he'll knock it sideways. He was a bit. Who were I comparing to? Danny Drinkwater in his prime at Leicester. That's what Arteta was.
Probably, but it wasn't. It was okay. It was an okay player.
Well, at least Granit Xhaka was captain of his international team. Has performed very well at international level. You can't deny that. World Cups and European Championships. Granit Xhaka's been like up there in the top players. He's been, so Arteta hasn't. And I think Xhaka has got a better range of passing as well than Arteta did, like long distance balls. So
set pieces.
Yeah, set pieces. Oh, speaking of set pieces, we still haven't conceded from a corner, man.
Yeah, that's really good. I think that the new coach that they brought in, he's done really
I just
well.
jinxed myself. I just jinxed us.
If we concede from a goal now on Monday, it's your fault.
It is my fault, yes. So look, guys, it's coming up to an hour and 10 minutes. We've been doing this for I know Shaheen's still got slow-vid.
Yeah, my throat is killing me now.
Oh God, not gonna hear the end of this. He did this for his fans. all the mail he was getting through his door, all the emails and all of that shit. It's forced him out of hiding to appease the fans. So thank you, Shaheen, for getting out of your sick bed and doing this for the loungers. We got the show on Monday. Yeah, we got quite a few things coming up now. We got some plans.
No, we don't have a show on Monday because we've got a game.
Why don't we do a show anyway, though? What time's the game? At 8?
Yeah.
Why didn't we do it why don't we do one?
We can do after game reaction maybe, but it's gonna be too late.
Yeah, it's a late one.
We
could do one before. We could do one before the show. What time's the game?
Yeah,
at 8?
we can do one at 6. Maybe Tom may be going to the game. Mo's gonna go to the game, probably. So I don't think.
Tom's not going. Tom's not going this week.
Is he not?
No.
Well, we can touch.
Maybe we can get Mo to call us from the ground. That'd be good. Just give us an update. Johan saying do one from 9:45. These guys want us to do one of these live chats again. I know these guys love a live chat, and I do as well. But it always seems that I do it. I ask you, Shaheen, shall I do an after? You go, yeah, do it, and then I pencil it in, and then I try to get hold of you at 10 o'clock. But I'm not getting hold of you.
Well, I'm sleeping at that time.
Yes, it's bedtime, isn't it? So we'll see if we can do an after-match reaction. Let us know in the comments. If you want us to do an after-match reaction, even though Shaheen might let us down, I might do it for you guys. Do you know what I mean? We'll do it. So let us know in the comments. Also, let us know what you think the result's going to be on Monday. Let us know who you think is going to come bottom of the prediction game, the prediction table, when it's all done and dusted. I know what Dean's thinking. I think I'm going to pull it back. I really do, but we'll see. Yeah. So, anything you want to leave us with, Shaheen, before we go, man?
Yeah, just thank you for everybody for all the kind messages and everything that you left for me when I was out. I'm still obviously struggling, but Monday we probably won't do a show, and I just want to, on behalf of myself and everybody, all the members of the Arsenal Lounge, I want to say an early happy birthday to Lev.
Oh yeah, it's my birthday on Monday, guys.
Did you know that your birthday is on Monday, right? My birthday is on Sunday. Did you know that?
Are you Aries?
Yeah.
No.
See, I'm 10th of April. You're what?
I'm 4th, isn't it?
Yeah. So
you're an Aries as well, yeah? That's why we get on, isn't it? There you go. So any of you guys want to buy me a nice present, let us know. Drop us anything in the chats and the DMs, and we'll send you a little message as to where to send I'm a medium t-shirt if you don't want to get me a t-shirt. Some hats, whatever you want, you know what I mean? Like birthday. Oh, we do do you know what? Maybe, I don't know, should I do one on my birthday? I'm gonna do a flipping late night live chat show on my birthday. How sad is that?
No, maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe I will. I don't know. I'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, we've been chatting shite now for the last 15 minutes, so we're gonna wrap it up. Let's watch the games today. Let's hope United drop points against Leicester. Let's hope we beat Crystal Palace on Monday. What time's Spurs playing yet? Have they started? Have they already played?
Tomorrow, Tottenham play.
Who they got?
Newcastle, I think.
Have they got Newcastle tomorrow? Shut up. No way.
Yeah.
Can you not confirm that? Yeah. Let's see. Let me check on my phone. So
we didn't talk about the World Cup draw, man.
Oh yes, go on then. Sorry, bro. This is what happens.
Imagine if Israel was in the World Cup and they were drawn in Iran groups. It would have been Iran, US, UK, Israel. That would have been a party.
A party. that would. What? So yeah, you were saying you wanted to bring up this thing.
I'm looking forward to Iran USA game, man. That's going to be a lot of spice on that game.
Spice. Do you think it's even going to go ahead?
Yes, we played them in France, I think, and we won 2-1. I think Iran will qualify from that group with UK. It depends who's the last team.
They're gonna have one of those metal. They're gonna have metal detectors outside the ground when all
the fans are gonna be all right, man. The fans are all right. It's just people are Iranian. The fans are gonna be all right. Trust me. But it's just.
Are you gonna go to the World Cup to watch Iran then, Shaheen?
Come again?
You gonna go to the World Cup and watch your team?
I don't know, man.
Come on, man. How often do Iran get in the World Cup, bro?
No, they got in the last couple of World Cups.
Have they?
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Qatar is a small country, and it's going to be very expensive going there. The flights is this, that, hotels.
Wait, did you see? Do you know the aircon that you get in airplanes? You know those round ones, and you twist them around, yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, I saw a picture, and I swear, I hope it's not April. I think it must be April Fool's, right? I'm sure it is. But if it's not, that's ridiculous. That all around the ground, they had these big aircon things to cool down the pitches because it's in the desert. So I don't know how serious that is, but how are they going to keep these like grounds cool? Can you imagine someone like, I don't know, Wayne Rooney when he was playing in football in the desert with his fair complexion?
Some players will struggle. It's not going to be that hot that time of the year over there. It'll still be hot. It'll still be hot, but not as like summer heat.
Yeah, it's going to be the first Winter World Cup ever, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's no chance they can play there in summer. It's just going to be.
Should have thought of that. Sepp Blatter should have thought of that before he took the bung and gave him the actual World Cup over England. That's mad. I can't believe that.
You know what we should do, Lev? We should do a prediction table for World Cup as well.
Do you know what else we could do? We can do. Have you ever played? What's that game where you play? So basically, you put all the teams in a hat. You draw a team out, and that's your team for the World Cup.
Yeah,
and whoever's team does well, you could do predictions, but you could also do. I can't remember what the game's called now.
We'll talk about it with Tom and Mo on Monday if we do a show.
Okay, let us know if you want us to do anything special for the World Cup, and anything else you might want us to cover that we haven't covered of late. Shaheen, it's been great having you back. We'll keep in touch for Monday.
Sorry if I was coughing quite a lot, but I'm still not fully recovered.
I'm going to have to sanitize my ear holes now before I leave in case I've got COVID from Shaheen coming down my mic. Yeah, and yes, it is. That's it. It was a sweep. It's a sweepstake. So you put all the teams from the World Cup in a sweepstake hat. You pull one out, and whatever one you pull out, that's your team for the entire World Cup. Even if it was Israel, Shaheen, you'd have to have it.
I don't think they're in the World Cup. They didn't qualify.
No, I don't think they are. No. So on that note, it's been a pleasure coming back, guys. Thank you for joining us on a weekend. I know it was a lastminute.com thing, but you know what? It was just I just wanted to speak to Shaheen and find out how it's all going. Keep an eye out for notifications for the show on Monday. We've also got some things planned for midweek as well. I think Shaheen's looking into that. I'm looking into that. Put your notifications on. If you haven't subscribed already, where have you been? Please subscribe to the COVID Lounge. And Shaheen is just dying now. Yeah, so thanks for joining us on the COVID Lounge. This has been Levanja. That over there is Sick Note himself. He's back. Don't know how I feel about it. This has been the Arsenal Lounge. You loungers, I love you, man. Keep an eye out for things coming up. And hit those like.
Thank you.